I was dismissed by the newly appointed CEO on his very first day, while the bouquet I had brought still quivered uneasily in my hands. "My name is Ethan." The bouquet quivered in my grasp when he said it. "Marcus Vance. Your time is over. His first day, my last." The conference room fell silent, all eyes diverting anywhere but to me. The roses wilted against my wrist. He believed he had humiliated me, dismissing me like old furniture, severing nearly 2 decades of blood and strategy. With a single sentence, I didn't protest, I didn't plead, I simply smiled. Because 2 days earlier, I'd had a meeting that would decide everything. I recall the first time I met him, Marcus Vance, young, polished in an expensive suit. He had too much ambition in his handshake. The board whispered he was the savior, the visionary, the blood transfusion the company needed, based in Chicago, Illinois. I recognized it. Immediately, the arrogance in his eyes. He didn't see me as a mentor or even a peer. He viewed me as an obstruction, and obstructions get removed. The betrayal began swiftly. Meetings. I wasn't included in reports. Mysteriously vanished colleagues avoiding my gaze. Whispers in the halls, "He's out. He's replacing him, new era." Then the email. His name on top, mine absent from the distribution list. I wasn't supposed to see it, but I did. It announced my departure at Fridays. Meeting effective immediately. He won't see it coming. I saw it. I felt the betrayal like a blade sliding in, but instead of bleeding, I sharpened my resolve. That crucial meeting wasn't with him. It was with the board's largest shareholder, a man who valued loyalty over youth. He'd watched me guide the company through storms while others sought applause. I presented him with the figures. Marcus had buried risky investments disguised as innovation shell companies, siphoning funds, deals that appeared visionary but were tainted with corruption. The shareholder listened. Then he posed the only question that mattered. "Can you prove it?" I slid a folder across the table. My insurance, years of watching, recording, collecting. I had the proof. He nodded once. "Leave the rest to me." So when Marcus Vance dismissed me in front of the team, I let him believe he'd won. I exited with the roses still in hand, my dignity intact. Let him savor his victory, because victory ages fast when rot sets in. The next morning, the secretary burst into my apartment, breathless. "You need to see this." Her phone shook in her hand, headlines flashing across the screen. "SEC launches investigation into Vance Holdings. Fraud allegations surface. New CEO Marcus Vance under fire after evidence of misconduct emerges. Shareholder revolt brewing. Emergency board meeting convened." I scrolled my documents, my recordings, my fingerprints everywhere, yet invisible. The company didn't see me kneeling. They saw him crumbling by noon. The market had reacted, stocks plummeting, partners distancing. By evening, the board had gathered, and by nightfall, Marcus Vance was out. Not with a speech, not with applause, with silence, cold, clean, and final. He called me at 2 a.m. His voice was a fractured mix of rage and fear. "You did this. You think they'll take you back. You're finished too." I allowed him to vent his fury. When he paused for a moment, I answered quietly, "I don't want your chair, Marcus. I want your grave, and you dug it yourself." I hung up before he could respond. 2 weeks later, I walked past the same conference room, where he'd fired me. The bouquet was gone, but whispers remained. Employees glanced at me with something new in their eyes, not pity, not fear, but respect. The shareholder greeted me with a firm handshake. "You saved us from him, now build something new." Not a reinstatement, but a promotion. My title elevated, my power doubled. Marcus Vance's legacy reduced to scandal headlines and legal fees. I think back to that moment, the roses quivering in my grasp, his voice imbued with arrogance. He thought he'd written my ending. He was only writing the prologue. They say revenge is best served cold. I disagree. Revenge is best served calculated, silent, precise. And when it lands, it doesn't just end careers, it rewrites destinies.